Hi everyone, this is Sarah with Mazik. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to hand it over to Jesse to get us started.
Hi everyone, my name is Jesse Allen. We're here today to cover the power of IoT in manufacturing. We're going to discuss Peterson's journey to digital transformation along with Mazik's perspective and go-to-market in partnering with Peterson to get there. My name is Jesse Allen. I'm the Senior Industry Solution Executive at Microsoft, responsible for digital transformation in manufacturing. I started my career as a manufacturing engineer and moved through finance and then finally partnered with Microsoft to help our customers in their digital transformation journey. But before I kick off today, I'm going to give a little bit of Microsoft's perspective on what's going on in the manufacturing industry. This is a supply chain and a value chain that we're probably all pretty familiar with. It's very linear. Most of the different processes are only connected in a serial fashion and disconnected from the other key processes within the business. For example, supply chain and sales have always been historically disconnected, production and services as well. What we're seeing is that these processes are becoming more intertwined with the end user at the center. So services, sales and marketing, and supply chain and R&D all need to partner and coordinate in order to drive digital transformation and move from product-based businesses to service-based businesses. So what were the historical key assets in the physical manufacturing space? Scale was king. Production assets were what drove scale and what drove market value. Preventative maintenance was something, a bit of a pipe dream for manufacturers. But as we transform, we're seeing that digital twins and IoT are enabling customers to move faster and create these new go-to-market scenarios. Remote monitoring is the beginning, but moving to predictive maintenance and then finally to service-based economies. So I'm joined here today by Matt Prenevost from Peterson. Matt has 20 years of experience in manufacturing industry, including 15 years of service for Peterson. Since February 2016, he has served as their IoT project manager. He also oversees administrative duties for Peterson's Dynamics CRM, working as the business systems integration and improvements leader. His background is in engineering and technology. He holds a degree in computer science and is C++ certified specialist. We're also joined today by Syed Fahad. He's the corporate vice president of Mazik Global. Syed leads the team of industry thought leaders, innovators, and technologists to drive precision through digital transformation for our customers. So now I'm going to switch gears, and we're going to navigate through the journey of digital transformation with Peterson and Mazik. So, Matt, could you give me a little bit of background on what Peterson does?
Yeah, sure, Jess. Thank you for that. Hello, everyone. As Jesse mentioned, my name is Matt. I'm currently our IoT manager here at Peterson. A brief history of Peterson. Peterson came about in 1981. It was a family-owned business here locally in Oregon. They started out small, developing a product to meet a small niche market and kind of grew it from there. We currently employ about 260 personnel, and we are involved in all aspects of manufacturing, sales, accounting, product support, etc. We currently produce about 75 to 80 pieces of equipment a year, and total production, we've right around 2,300 plus machines total. And that equipment can be found in our global market. We primarily have equipment in the U.S., Canada, Europe, Australia, as well as Asian markets. We focus primarily in the industry is, for us, is we primarily focus in forestry initially, and then we transitioned into compost and recycling and biofuel industries. So we take raw materials, waste wood products, and turn them into value-added resources. One of our noted products is we supply wood chips to the paper and pulp industry. So it's interesting fact as well. We currently are producing those initial machines we started with way back when. We have newer versions of those, and then of course we've added to that over time. Here at Peterson, we really try to offer innovative products and enable our customers to be profitable in their day-to-day operations. Again, primarily in the recycling and forestry industries. How about that?
Great, Matt. So what business challenges were you facing?
For us, especially starting as a small company, we were challenged with knowing what our equipment was doing, and and how our customers were utilizing those equipment and being able to help them. I mean, it was more of a phone-based support structure. We were kind of a reactive support. People would kind of call in when they had issues. Within our company, we have limited access to our customer information, where people are at and what they're doing, and we sometimes struggle with sharing that information across the team and even with our dealer networks. They're kind of a key component to what we do, and helping, trying to have them on the same page as us can prove difficult. So we're really trying to transition and take advantage of newer technologies and cloud-based computing and those types of things to really work to integrate our customers and dealers and even our Peterson staff. We are working in a global market, and and the various hours and whatnot, and that the challenges that brings as well.
Got it. So it sounds like you guys are a born and bred manufacturer. So I want to transition to Syed here and talk a little bit about the relationship and the approach that Mazik had. Can you guys tell us a little bit about that approach?
Sure. Thanks, Jesse. I think Mazik approach in this particular situation was pretty simple. We have been working with many manufacturing customers like Peterson, where they have the similar challenge where they understand what their customers are looking for from the greater service, from the greater insight, and more predictability on the services they are performing. But most of the time, they are either not able to understand that what technology is available to help them meet their objective, or there are too many players they need to work with to be able to deliver or adopt the solution what they are looking for. And we have been working with Peterson for almost 5 years now. We started, with the first. We started with their ERP implementation of Microsoft Dynamics. To bring automation into their operations and financial side of the organization. We spent quite a bit of time on bringing precision manufacturing into their plants to make sure that we can use shop floor control, get greater insights from the manufacturing plants, and been able to use it and predict based on things. We have also kind of worked with them in the past to kind of automate their whole services side of the equation, where their dealers can make their orders directly. And as I, started working with Matt and his team, and it almost seems like it was yesterday. As we start drawing what those needs are and what their customers are and where the competition is going, because that's one of the core objectives we were trying to make sure that we stay ahead of the curve when it comes to the competition in that space. And one of the core objectives was that we should be able to provide a better customer insight, product insight, and a customer satisfaction, but with the leveraging all of the existing investment of Microsoft Dynamics. And as we go through many sessions with the business leaders within Peterson, one thing was very obvious, that what they're really looking for is a complete digital transformation, right? But they want to do it by using is leveraging existing investment. And with Peterson investment into Microsoft Dynamics 365 and Azure, really makes our life much more easier to adopt this journey. The other aspect which we have think through, which was one of the other challenges which they were facing, was that we wanted to make sure that we don't try to piecemeal a specific solution, just to meet one objective of their greater desire. What we were looking for is that we come up with the solution architect which gives them the flexibility to manage everything from sensing to be able to do it in action, the approach we call sense to action. And the idea is that Mazik take the architectural responsibility on devising what the sensors are going to get used, how those sensors are going to communicate, with the gateways, what gateway partner we are going to work with, and then from there means how that data is going to get into Azure IoT Hub and what kind of predictive machine learning algorithms we're going to produce to be able to actually predict not only with the service maintenance side of it, but predict how the manufacturing is going to flow, predict how sales is going to flow. So it's really a full 360 spectrum. And we kind of delivered based on a Microsoft platform strategy where we use a platform called MazikThings. It's a product which we have developed on Microsoft Dynamics CRM, which allows you to manage telematics and safety, which allows you to manage predictive maintenance, which allows you to manage connected field service. But using all of the existing investment, and that's why from start to finish, it's taken a much more smaller time frame to get us there. But at the same time, it's much more cost effective, and it's really built up a great insight for the customer. And we both have presented together some of the solution to the end customer a few months ago. And that has been, resonated very well with the customer base, and the insights we were able to produce across the globe was significant and delivered a lot of value.
Great, thanks, Syed. So we've heard from you, but now let's get some honest feedback. So Matt, what was your experience with the Mazik team?
Yeah, I think we've been, as Syed had mentioned, we've been working together for quite a while. It does seem like it's only yesterday, but they were able to come in and really partner with us in our ERP implementation and deployment, and really kind of help solidify our decision to go with Microsoft and down that path. So it's been a great relationship. I don't look at them as a vendor, so to speak, but more as a partner to help us kind of meet the goals of Peterson. And again, as I alluded to earlier with our company history, we're always looking to innovate and be a leader within our industry, and to take advantage of some of the technology that's available today, and the evolution of our equipment and the technological advances we've made there has been great to partner with Mazik. They've been able to help us accomplish our goals and really get to where we hope to be with our solution.
And I think it's when we look into right from the original design, the areas where we really wanted to focus on was to give all core aspect of the machine learning, all core aspect of the digital transformation, right? We invested a lot of time understanding, what the machine relationship management is going to be for Peterson, and what really it is to understand what each of these machines are talking, and what insight it can provide on a different time to give us a more precise information which we can flow into the remote monitoring. We also have, find out that there are a lot of different sensors already available within this equipment, so we can actually apply a full geofencing or a curfew mechanism where if the, if any part of if the equipment start moving or if it get into operational, we get notified and we can take corrective measures if it need to be. So we spend a lot of time, understanding the concept of this machine remote display. And one of the challenges which we have seen there was that some of the time, even though that remotely I can see that machine has certain alerts, but not able to see that what the operator is actually seeing on the display of their equipment, it's just give them that disadvantage not to able to understand really what the challenge the machine operator is facing. So we have, we spent a lot of time being able to deliver a configurable machine display. So every machine display which is going to be in each of these equipment could be remotely available as is, and that can bring a lot of value to the service technician on ground and to the service technician, remotely available. The other aspect which we have added up, which was around remote programmability, right? So as you all know, that it's great to have this installed. It's great to have all of this available during when you launch that product. But as those patches are available, as the changes are coming or the new versions are coming, we wanted to make sure that the solution itself can actually download those and patch those automatically without having a lot of interaction with the end customer. The third, a couple of other aspects was where we mix Microsoft Dynamics 365, that we take the warranty management and service maintenance side of the Microsoft Dynamics 365 and connect it with the machine learning and predictive analysis and have a one connected flow for the solution. At this point, I also want to highlight features and benefits are a very important aspect of an IoT project, but at the same time, how to drive and what the implementation strategy is going to be is equally important, because there is a lot of statistics out there that now that IoT initiatives are going out of concepts and thought process to reality. Now a lot of statistics and data coming out telling not a great picture, where one of the Gartner reports says that 50% of IoT enhanced product will not meet planned financial objectives. And this is a very critical aspect to understand and make sure that the planning of the solution is designed based on that. And from our experience, what we see is the three key reasons for these failures are that identifying the use cases, not able to identify the use cases which is really going to bring the right business value, or insufficient operating cost assumptions, or the long payback time frames, right? Means not able to understand that how these benefits are going to pay back on the longer time. So one of the key aspects which we have taken for Peterson and for all other customers is taking a pragmatic approach to deliver the best practices and deliver a solution framework where we are starting with a deep down strategic assessment for the digital transformation and IoT, where we work with business leaders to go through and help them define what the core business objective is. Is it because of better financial results? Is this because of where the competitive landscape looks like? Is it because what customer insights and customer demands are? Or is it because just we want to open a new revenue stream, right? And we take those business objectives during that strategic assessment session and then convert them and identify the core IoT scenarios and use those scenarios to start building up prototyping and pilot and test define in a very agile methodology. And what it helps is that instead of we wait for very long to have an outcome of a solution, we kind of pick one or two scenarios and been able to prototype and deliver and see if we are able to meet the business objective. And then use that to identify the detailed business definitions and roadmap, and also identify the right level of cost assumption and been able to understand that how this is going to work out. And I know I can talk very long on this topic, but why don't we move ahead, Matt, and see that if you are ready to actually show us some of these scenarios.
Sure. I mean, I enjoy sitting and listening to you talk, Syed. I know you're excited about your product, so I'd be happy to kind of do a quick walkthrough here, kind of show what it looks like and what we've kind of come up with, if you'd like.
Sure. That would be great.
All right. So I've switched over to our solution. This is currently deployed. we kind of start off with our dashboard here. We can see instantly equipment where it is, again, on a global scale. As you can see, we have various machines kind of scattered throughout the world. It allows our staff here, or our dealers, or even our customers to quickly look and see what machines are at and what their status is and kind of what they're doing. We have access to any alerts that may be currently happening wherever they're at. So it's kind of a quick overview of what we're seeing here with our dashboard. Obviously you can see the colored icons on the map, so that basically tells us what machines are online and connected to the system, what machines are offline, and also machines that may be experiencing some type of issue or warnings or alerts. So one nice thing is when we do have alerts, since we've leveraged it off of our CRM system, I can quickly click on alert and be connected into our CRM system and have access to that alert. And that alert can be assigned to one of our service techs or a product support guy out in the field. They can touch bases with the customer, follow up. We can use some case management tools within CRM to kind of walk through those issues as they come up. Again, it's really nice having that all connected. And of course, all of our people and our dealer support people and customers even, can have quick access to those. I'll jump back into our dashboard here real quick. So as you can see, we have equipment everywhere. I can quickly just select a machine to look at, and we can kind of dive into our machine management page. The machine management page just gives us an overview of the equipment, pertinent information, serial numbers, dates, warranty information. Again, we display alerts here as well, any current alerts, and that's kind of a running table, so we can kind of keep track of what's going on. It also gives us access to dealer and customer information if we're working through a problem with the customer. It allows us to be able to offer them their contacts. Again, this is all directly linked with our CRM system, so we can quickly, if it's a parts-related question or issue, we can quickly, get the name of the appropriate person and communicate that as well. As you see over here on the right, we have links to support documentation, and this documentation is filtered to the specific machine. So obviously our analytics system knows who's logged in, what equipment they own, and can tie directly to their owner's manuals or schematics, parts books, and things like that. So it's kind of a nice place to start, kind of give you the overview of the machine and the information related that way. We can then jump into our machine monitoring. And this is the part that I'm really excited about, and Syed, you alluded to it a little earlier, is our virtual machine display. What you're all looking at is the machine display as it is on the machine. So people joining us today might not be familiar with our equipment, but our equipment runs standalone. That is, the operators aren't really at the machine. They're usually in support equipment of some type, feeding material to the machine and whatnot. So being able to see what the machine's doing on site, obviously the operator has access to that, but no one else really would have that similar kind of access. So now our service technicians or dealer support staff, or even a customer, say that if they have a fleet manager set up somewhere remotely, can now look in at a machine, and we can walk through the controls with the operator on site. If we want to look into engine information, we can quickly switch to that page. We have access to pressures and hydraulic oils, stuff like that. Electrical inputs, we can look at inputs and outputs on the machine, kind of go through different pressure settings. We have access to feed settings and those types of things. So it's a real powerful tool that allows our support staff to really be able to walk through a machine with our customers and see what's going on with their machine, how their settings are set up, and things like that. So again, it's one of the features I'm really excited about. I think it offers a level of connectivity that isn't seen within our industry, and it really does take advantage of the electronic technology we have available on our equipment. So,
and I think, Matt, something you mentioned in the beginning, that it is important for everyone in the audience to understand that these equipments are huge and been in a very remote area in some faraway place, and it is critical that means that the more it runs and efficiently each equipment is running is going to bring value back to Peterson customer, it's going to bring value back to Peterson dealer, and it's going to bring value back to Peterson themselves. And been able to remotely understand what's happening and been able to predict based on these water sensors and based on these pumps and other things, been able to predict that what challenges could come and order those spare parts in advance is a significant transformation for that industry.
yes, I agree with that. We've seen some IoT type solutions, within the industry, pretty simple, but I think, to your point, what we're really trying to do is integrate it within our taking advantage of our ERP system, which is, Dynamics AX, and as well as our Dynamics 365 CRM package, and really enable us to know what's going on with equipment wherever it's at and be able to quickly help customers, solve issues, answer questions, things like that. And as to your point, some of the equipment we build are, they're large towable machines. They weigh 90, 100,000 pounds. They're large, and in a lot of cases they're out operating in remote areas where, support staff might not be readily available. So being able to look in on a machine remotely and help, walk a customer through an issue they might be having is a very powerful tool. Yes. So if you'd like, I have jump back into the machine management page again and take a minute here to look at the machine statistics portion of our analytics. And what the statistic does is it allows us to look at individual data points that are available on the machine and allow our customers to kind of look at what's going on with their machine from a historical perspective, and this type of information is kind of critical, allows them to kind of maximize the efficiency of their machine and look and see where they're going. And it can also there's some things you can do and look at from a cost saving standpoint. Our equipment, the customers are running sometimes multiple shifts every day. Most all our equipment's diesel powered, so again, fuel is always a part of their business model, and fuel costs and versus production. So we do offer some statistical graphing capability. We can look in and see, for example, and look at total fuel used, and say wanted to know what average fuel usage was over a 10-day period. We can quickly jump into that data point. As you see, it quickly populates there and kind of lets you know what your average fuel used is on a day-to-day basis over the last 10 days. We can then also look at that same value if we wanted to. We could look at it in a graph format if we wanted to kind of get an idea of what that fuel looked like over a period of time. So again, we'll look, just pick arbitrarily here 10 days, and we'll look at it in, say, 8-hour increments, and then we can quickly change our graph over to look and kind of see what our fuel usage was over a period of time. Having access to this information from a customer's perspective really helps give them insight into what their equipment's doing and how it's operating. So You know, another key area we can jump in real quick and stop me if I go too long. Syed, I'm like you, I can spend all day in here looking at all the great stuff we've been able to come up with. So
I can see the energy, but keep going. We want to make sure that you cover all the key aspects.
Right. So another interesting thing we could look at, say, would be engine load, and again, you know, all our equipment being diesel powered, we can kind of look at of how much the engine's been working over a period of time. So, you know, engine load here, we're averaging about 72% engine load, which is a good number. You know, 50 to 60%, I would say, is average use. So if we, you know, if we can increase that and see a consistent high level of engine load and usage, that means the machine's working and producing as expected. So again, you know, an opportunity to give our customers the data points that they need. And as you can see, we've kind of narrowed the list down to some of the key areas so they can kind of focus in on specific data points that you know, affect them in their business and what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. So I mean, so that part is really exciting. And again, it's easy to switch between different graphs. I can switch back over to our machine monitoring. Helps if I click on the right button, bear with me. So again, you know, and we can combine all those aspects to give our customers not only a visual representation, but the data to support that and know what their equipment's doing at a moment's notice. You know, one exciting fact for us is quite a few of our customers own multiple pieces of our equipment, and you know, they might have 6 or 7 pieces of equipment, and those might be, you know, spread out across the U.S., you know, or perhaps in Europe or wherever they're at. So, you know, we envision, you know, a fleet manager, operations manager type person be able to sit and have quick access to their equipment and where it's at, and just to ensure that, you know, everything's up and running as it should, and being able to quickly diagnose problems, hopefully before they arise or become larger problems. We're also really excited about the predictive maintenance mode or side of what we have going on here. You know, our goal, one of our goals with this project from Peterson's perspective is to really, again, integrate the different facets of what we do for our customers. So again, you know, remote monitoring and the IoT portion is a significant part of our solution here and what we're, you know, releasing to our customers, but being able to tie that into, say, like our parts group, you know, a machine, you know, with the analytics behind the scenes, will be able to kind of keep track of things as they go and see, you know, if perhaps it may have a, you know, we have some pressure losses we're seeing, and, you know, that might be denoting a pump might be going bad. Well, you know, the systems can pick up on that and then be able to integrate with our parts side and can order the parts for the machine. You know, we kind of joke about it, but eventually we'd be able to, the parts would be able to diagnose and order their own parts, and I think that's a pretty cool thing to really look forward to. So, and I think this solution will help us kind of get there. So I'm happy to show if there's any other features you'd like me to touch on. That's kind of our
I want to quickly touch on the dealer portal, Matt.
Okay, and so within our solution here, we can navigate to the various modules that I talked about before. So again, we do offer our parts module that is available. So our customers not only have access to their equipment, but they can also have access to our parts. And you know, the neat thing about the parts is it's leveraged off of our Dynamics AX system. So we have accurate ability to see what we have in inventory, what's available for customers. You know, customers can quickly browse for parts. So I'm kind of walking through that here as I talk. And, you know, I can search for a part, and all this information is leveraged off our AX system. So it gives us our parts info, pricing, And the key thing here is it also shows us what we have in stock and where it's at. So, for example, if we had a part that potentially was failing on a machine, and the machine could create an alert to a customer and let them know that this part is likely ending its life cycle and it's time for replacement. The system will be able to look in and see what we have available, which location we have it available, and an offer to get that order for the customer and get it out and get it going to them, and again prevent that downtime and increase and improve their efficiencies and keep them up and running.
That is great. Thanks a lot, Matt. For the presentation, and I hope everyone in the audience like and love it. Why don't we move back to and talk a little bit about that after this digital transformation journey and the engagement we have over the time. Where do you think we stand today? I know that there are certain KPIs which we put as a target to meet for this. With this digital transformation about productivity, revenue, and cost reduction. So where do you think that, we stand? And if you can switch back to the PowerPoint.
Yeah, I think we have some of the benefits we're really shooting for and looking is increasing revenue for our customers, and to do that I think we can help increase their equipment utilization and effectiveness. And again, the demos we went through, I think we were able to accomplish that. And also, keeping our customers' equipment, keeping it up and running, and enabling them to do what they need to do on a day-to-day basis. And also being able to solve those problems before they happen, and preventing a little issue from becoming a big issue. Those are some of the key areas of focus for us. Again, is enabling our customers to be successful, enabling our dealer network and our Peterson staff to work with our customers and tackle issues as they come up, and really being effective. Again, I use the word quite a bit, an integrated team, and we all have access to the same information. We're all working together for a common goal, and that's to be successful.
Great. And I think from Mazik's standpoint, we have developed and designed a lot of different solutions for a lot of customers. But this solution, which I feel really architected for customer satisfaction, architected to make sure that Peterson customers are getting, what the insight they need to operate on day-to-day basis. But it was also, a testament to kind of, our approach to establish relationship with our own customers, right, and establish a partnership with our own customer to increase the satisfaction, what we are doing. As we have, started up this journey, one of the core aspects was to make sure that we are able to, increase the productivity of the servicemen on the ground, and, instead of they drive, 200 miles to get somewhere only to know it was false alarm, or, not able to, or get there on time but without spare parts, so waiting for another 2 days in their truck. So until the spare parts show up, they just need to wait. So I think we feel that based on the feedback we are receiving so far, that we are able to meet our productivity kind of objective. I know revenues is still something which we still need to discover as we go forward. That how it's going to trend, but it is trending positive. Not only that it is delivering a positive number in the competitive landscape, but it also allows Peterson to generate, a new service line, a new revenue stream just for this initiative itself. And overall, from the cost reduction standpoint, it is significantly adding to the value to make sure that they are able to get into the manufacturing in advance and been able to have that competitive advantage as they go in. So all in all, from our standpoint, I feel like this solution We can name MazikThing, we can call it digital transformation, we can call it IoT. We can call it different technology term, but the idea getting into the relationship was that we design something to increase customer satisfaction. And that's really, what the core, strategy from our side has been, and we feel excited that, that we are able to deliver upon it. Matt?
Yep, and I would agree with that 100%. I mean, our goal was to, empower and enable our customers to be successful, and by doing that, it allows us to be successful, from a company perspective, and to be able to do the things that need to be done quickly and easily, and solving problems, whether it's from answering a simple question, having access, via the cloud and taking advantage of that technology and that interaction. At the end of the day, if our customers are successful, we're successful, and we really strongly believe in that.
That is great. Thank you very much, Matt, and thanks a lot, Jesse, for providing the introduction and the Microsoft perspective in this discussion. I want to thank you, and I want to thank Microsoft for being very, very supportive during this whole process, with the support on the Azure IoT Hub, with the support on overall Azure infrastructure, and with the support with the Microsoft Dynamics 365. So I really appreciate Microsoft in whole for providing the support to take this, to help us take on this ambitious journey and been able to deliver upon it. And with that, I will pass on to our MC, Sarah Hu, who is our program manager for IoT, for the closing remarks.
Thanks, Syed. Before we wrap up, I want to share a few resources and next steps. Mazik is offering free one-day digital transformation and IoT assessments. In these workshops, our architects will help business leaders define core objectives for their IoT initiatives and identify IoT scenarios that can provide quick proof of concepts to gauge business benefits. If this is an opportunity of interest to you, please email me. My contact information is provided here. If you'd like to learn more about Mazik Global or MazikThings, please check out our websites, LinkedIn pages, or Twitter pages. Similarly, if you want to learn more about Microsoft and IoT or Peterson, please check out their websites and social media as listed here. All of these links will be available in the description box when we post it online. All right, thank you everyone for joining this Tech Talk, and I look forward to more of these conversations with your participation.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate all your work. Thank you.
Thanks.